So when I look at number 5, I did not do it the way that they asked me to do it. They're asking you to basically find the equation of the G equation, the G graph. So I just highlighted it, so I only look at the G graph. Do not look at this F graph at all. Don't even look at this f of x equation. Don't even pay attention to it. Instead, I'm going to think about the parent function. What family does this graph belong to? Absolute value. And the absolute value parent function, absolute value of x, right? When you're doing your assignment today, you're going to see this on the assignment. Instead of saying parent function, they call it rule, but it means parent function. So if you see the word rule, it's talking about the parent function. So if I graphed the parent function, that's going to be at 0, 0, and then 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Or on the other side, negative 1, 1, negative 2, 2. That's my parent function there. So what I'm going to do to write the G equation is just determine like the transformations that take me from my parent function to the one I highlighted in yellow. I'm going to completely ignore the F. So can somebody tell me one difference, one transformation, just one of them, that goes from the purple one to the yellow one? Josh, just one of them.
Reflection over the x-axis.
Reflection in the x-axis. It's going to have a vertical reflection. So I can tell that for sure. Because instead of the V facing up, it's facing down. Okay?
Oh, I thought we were talking about the two. I was talking about the one that was future.
Oh, I'm talking about the yellow one compared to the one I drew.
I thought there was a two originals.
Right. So we're going to, again, ignore the F. Just look at the yellow one. How does that compare to the purple one? Josh said it's flipped down. There's a reflection. And we show a reflection in our equation as what?
Negative on the outside.
It's going to be outside because it's vertical, and it'll be a negative sign. AJ, you have a question? You want to tell me another one? Okay. It's really close. It's 4, but yeah. 4 units which direction?
Right.
So if I'm starting at the purple one, it'll be to the right. Yeah? So that's right. That's horizontal. That means it goes inside of these absolute values. So if we're going to the right and it's horizontal, what do I put inside here? Minus 4. Remember, horizontal is opposite. So I have a minus 4. And then there is one more transformation. So we flipped it down. We moved it to the right.
Plus 1.
Up 1, right? So then we'll put a plus 1 on the outside because that's vertical. That's the answer. Not the F. We're looking at just the G. We're completely ignoring. And if I had white out, I would white it out. But somebody ruined my white out, so I can't.
Yeah, it's 2 up from like the parent function.
The yellow one is not. The yellow one is right here. Okay? All right. So now, for number 6, actually, for numbers 11 and 12, that's exactly how I would do 11 and 12 also. 11 and 12 were easier because they started with the parent function.
Yeah.
So those were easier. It's just that one was hard. Number 6, I'm going to do this one not even using transformations. Because when we did lines, and we already took a quiz on lines, we did not do transformations. What kind of thing did we use to graph lines?
Ruler.
No, I don't mean to connect the dots. We used the slope. And what else did we use?
The y-intercept. Point slope.
We used the y-intercept. Point slope we would use if we have the point and a slope and you need to
X-intercept.
find the equation. We did use the x-intercept, but I'm not going to use that for this one. I'm just going to use the slope and y-intercept because I can put it in the form of y equals mx plus b really, really easily if I use the m and the b. So let's look at this picture. Again, I'm only looking at the one I'm highlighting, which is called G. I'm completely ignoring the F. Don't even look at that. And if it's a line, again, I'm just using slope and y-intercept. I'm not even using transformations. What is our y-intercept?
6.
Okay. It's at 0, 6, so our B is going to be 6, right? That's going to go there.
Should it be 0, 6?
The ordered pair should be 0, 6, yes. But I don't put 0, 6 in the equation, right?
Oh, yeah, but yeah.
Okay. And then our slope, how do we find the slope?
Rise over run.
Okay, so you could either do rise over run. Actually, negative rise over negative run.
Really?
Yeah, I would still say rise. Yeah. Or, I was thinking y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I have an extra dot in there somehow, sorry. X2 minus x1. So that is the equation. So I could plug in two ordered pairs, or I could go to the graph and count rise over run. Up to you. I have a picture here. I'm just going to use rise over run. So I'm going to put my pencil or my pen right here. Where do I go next to get to any other point on the yellow line?
Down to
Down.
the 4, right?
I'm going to go all the way to here. I'm going to go down 6. Then I'm going to go over
5.
1.
God, I'm still thinking of the other one. I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at the yellow one. So down 6 over 1. That slope is going to give me negative 6 over 1, which is what for my slope?
There's 6.
Negative 6. So my equation, which I'm going to put in a different color because I'm used up all my space, would be y equals negative 6x plus 6. So I just did that using slope and y-intercept. I would not try to do lines with transformations because we already know an easy way between lines. Okay? So you're going to be turning in day 1 and day 2. You have both to turn in today. So go ahead and get those turned in.